Hey guys, welcome to Willow's Whimsy. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm really happy to have you here. So this is Neecie's journey to better health. Health meaning spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional. Because I'm an emotional girl. I have a vision list. It's in the description. There's a link to it. I don't know if I went in too much to this piece this time. It's a very small, shaved back kind of vision list this year. And there's reasons for that. You know, my main focus is paying off my debt. But I have really been paying attention to my health. I won't go into everything that's happened. You know, you guys know about the ulcer. You know that I came back from that. I have a job with amazing insurance. Already hit my deductible. So I've been trying to do all this stuff. And, finally got to the dentist, got a teeth cleaning. I went in this past week and they pulled out the metal on this side, on the bottom, I believe. And redid my cavities with the clear stuff, so it just looks like beautiful teeth now, no metal. They're gonna do, I can't remember if it's upper or lower. I think it's upper next week, and then that'll be done. There will still be metal in my mouth. We'll deal with that another time. So that's great. I had the lung CT preventative, and they did find the beginnings of emphysema, so I quit smoking. We're gonna touch on that. And I just had this week a colonoscopy. So they found internal hemorrhoids. At least they're not on the outside. I don't even feel them. They're not doing anything about them because they're not bleeding. They're not bothering me. They found 2 polyps, which they removed, and I'm waiting to hear. So I'll update you next week on that. And they found a lipoma. So a lipoma sounds scary, but it's not. It's a fatty tumor, and it doesn't become cancerous. It doesn't do anything. It can be uncomfortable, but this one isn't. I didn't even know it was there. So they're not doing anything about it. I'm fine with that. The polyps, I'm not even worried. I'll worry if there's a reason to worry. I had a polyp that they found in a colonoscopy a couple years ago, 6 years ago. It was non-cancerous. They found a polyp when they did the endoscopy. They took that, non-cancerous. So I have no reason to believe that these are a problem at this point unless I hear different. So like I said, I'll let you know. My point is I'm doing so much for myself. So I'm in therapy, and I thought I haven't been in 3 weeks. It's because we'll talk about that in a second, but I thought it was going to be till the end of December. I just kind of wanted to get in and go over stuff, but I realized there's a little bit more. There's some deeper stuff. 6 months, no more than 6 months. And once I'm 4 months in, what I really want to do is for that, from the 4th month to the 5th month, go in every 2 weeks, and then go a month without therapy, and then have a final therapy session at 6 months. That's my goal. It is helping. There are things that I kind of understood, but like they've really become clarified for me. And so then it is, okay, then how do I deal with it? And the big thing is coping skills. And there is hurt, there is some pain, there are resentments, there are those things I do want to address in therapy and work through, along with the self-sabotage piece, and that's where coping skills come in. So I went almost, I had 1 day to go until I hit 7 weeks without a cigarette, and then the shit hit the fan. I haven't been sleeping, so that's been an ongoing thing. I don't deal well with that at all. I've been trying different things over the last year to try and improve this. And I really have come to the conclusion that I have to live alone. I'm not a deep sleeper. I don't get a lot of deep sleep, but I also think my deep sleep is constantly ruined. I have a 2-hour window that I get to sleep at night with no interruption. My daughter goes to bed around 2, and my roommate gets up between 3 and 4 every morning. And so sometimes depending on when she goes to bed and he gets up, maybe there's an hour window where there's no, and what's funny, I was going to say where there's no interruption. What's funny is you can see my deep sleep. I get it in that time frame. And so I'm pulled out of it by him getting up or by her, you know, when she finally goes to sleep, then I can go into it. I need to live alone. And I am not going to live alone for about a year. So all I can do is try. But I finally, I had a meltdown. I had a complete and total meltdown. I had 2 more deaths. And one of them was someone that kind of had some issues with in the past. And we were at a place of peace, although that had never been spoken. And I wish that it would have been spoken. It's very heartbreaking the way she died. I don't want to go into it. I just don't. Maybe someday for whatever, if something comes up, you know, on a Neecie's Mini Musings or whatever, I'll talk about it. Like I said, I wish there would have been at least a conversation of I forgive you and I'm okay with you and I love you and I wish you the best. There was never that conversation. It's sad. And the way she died is sad. And she leaves behind 3 children. Sad. So then I just got a message the other night from a friend of mine's daughter. Very, very close to her and her mother. And her mother passed away. It hasn't been announced yet, so I won't talk about how I know her or knew her. And I won't talk about how she died or when she died exactly. But I think I'm one of the few who know. At this point, it will be announced on Facebook when her daughter is ready. So that's 19 people, you guys, in the last 3 years. It's a lot, you know? It's a lot. It's heavy. It's deep. I don't know that I have had time to process this. In fact, I blogged. I need some Kleenex. This is the problem when you put makeup on and you cry. I want it to last all day. Let me say this first because I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes. And the format was going to be that I'm going to kind of give you an update on everything. So let's say that happened with all the appointments that are going on. I'm still pursuing that. I'm pursuing the mental health piece, emotional piece with therapy. And now we'll talk about this. When these deaths started, there were a few literally right before COVID. And then with COVID, it was boom, 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 boom. Some of them were directly because of COVID. Some of them were not direct, but it was because of depression due to the lockdown. It was everything going on with the election and how ugly and vile humanity became and nasty. And people get depressed and they get overwhelmed. And shooting after shooting after shooting after shooting. And this is not a video about gun control. We're not going there. Don't go there. In the comments, they'll be deleted. The point is, somewhere in all of this, and very recently, I realized, holy shit. Holy shit. 19. And then I realized, my God, I don't think I've processed a single one of them. You get numb to this stuff. You do. You do. When I hear about the school shootings, you know, or the grocery store shootings, or some fucking psycho nutbag walking in somewhere thinking he has the right to buy a fucking gun and shoot a bunch of people for whatever reasons. There is no valid reason for that kind of behavior. But when I hear about them now, I don't cry. I just think, oh, fuck. This is weighing on our country's, if our country as a whole has mental health, it is weighing on it. Because we're becoming numb. We're not dealing. We're not dealing. And it has become very much like that for me in my personal life with these deaths. Now, I want to make it clear because I'm not looking for pity. I'm not looking for, I'm so unique. Look what I'm going through. So not every one of these people was I currently close to. Some of these people were childhood friends that I hadn't spoken to or caught up with. Some of them were parents of friends, you know, that I had met once or twice. Maybe they were lovely people, but, you know, just watching my friends and how it crushed them. Some of them were devastating, and they were my heart, my beloveds, as I call them. And you start getting numb. I can cry about it on this video, but I'll be done crying and I'll go on with my day. People say that's healthy, except I'm not feeling it. I'm shoving it down. I'm shoving it down. I'm shoving it down. And last weekend, I thought I was going to have some time to myself here to kind of just have a day, you know, clean a little bit, just kind of recenter, refocus. And my roommate came home early from work. It was a Friday. And I lost my shit. It's not his fault for coming home early. I was rude. It's the first time that's happened since I've been here. Went up into my bedroom, had an old-fashioned meltdown temper tantrum. I didn't throw anything or break anything, but I was sobbing hysterically. I left the house, and you know, I didn't want to drink. It was an option, and I knew it was an option, but I don't want to drink. I don't want to go there again. You know, it's not just the drinking, it's what it leads to, because it leads to my drug of choice. So you know what? I don't even care. I'm not even stressed about it. I don't even need any support. You know what I mean? I smoked. I chose to smoke. I bought a pack. It lasted 2 days. It made me feel violently ill. There was vomiting that happened. My heart rate went back up as my resting heart rate just of 2 days, you know. And I didn't smoke a pack a day because I think that I literally would have died. Like I could, when you don't smoke for a while and then you do, you feel the poison as opposed to the addiction and the good part, you know, the ritual, the habit, the nicotine boost. Like, I didn't feel any of that. I just felt sick, but I also was able to calm down. And so when I say coping skills, this is something I want to work on because I think I need to make a list of these deaths, and I think I need to, in therapy, at least address them and cry and get it out. My sister's beautiful dog just died too. He was the sweetest boy. And boy, this stuff is hard, you guys. This stuff is fucking hard. And it came so fast. Like, he just stopped eating. She took him in. He had inoperable cancer throughout. And so you make him comfortable and you keep him with you as long as he has a modicum, you know, of comfort. And then you gotta let him go. And that's what she brought someone in to put him down. And I did get to see him. I need coping skills. I don't have them. A lot of people just inherently know how to cope. And I'm very sensitive and things affect me. You know, they just do. And I don't allow myself the process. And I think, honestly, 19 people in 3 years, that's a lot to process. Anyone, I think, would start to get numb and just be like, oh my God, and just feel overwhelmed. And so we're going to be working on coping skills, and we'll talk more about coping skills. I want to shut this down. I'm going over my 10-minute limit that I gave myself. But you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I'll be here again in 2 weeks. Let's talk about weight. Let's start that on the 1st of January because I decided my vision list is going to go from January 1 to December 31st or whatever of, are there 31 days? Whatever. 2023, you know, the whole thing, instead of Halloween to Halloween. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in January. I hope you guys are getting through it just started, you know, we're what, December 3rd? your Christmas season. I hope you get to do some fun things. Well, maybe we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in my Niece's Many Musings. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.